Hello, welcome back to the series on Dark Night of the Soul. In this video, I'll be talking about how to feel more powerful during the Dark Night of the Soul. So the first thing that we can do is to take care of ourselves. So get up every day, take a shower just about every day. Even if you don't have anywhere to go, if you're a woman and you normally wear makeup, put your makeup on so that when you walk by the mirror, you have confidence when you look in the mirror. So what I do is when I'm at home, I wear comfortable, loose fitting pants. And then from the waist up, I'm ready to go. So that if I just decide I want to go for a walk or I want to go to the park with my child, I just throw regular real pants on and go. So definitely this is really helpful for your confidence and to encourage you to maybe go out and do something opposed to being like, oh, well, now I have to shower and get ready and this is a whole process for me to leave the house. It's too much. So that's my first tip. The second is to create goals. Small goals, medium goals, large goals, a variety of those, and then to actively carry them out. So this is the important part. You don't want to set goals that are impossible, something that you don't actually want to do. So think about it before you set a goal, because if you don't complete it, this is going to have the opposite effect. But it's really powerful to have goals and then to succeed at carrying them out and to learn new skills. Learning new skills is a great way to feel powerful, and especially if you can use skills or find skills that are helpful during this time. So for example, today I ordered a bread maker. I'm going to go pick it up today, and me and my children are going to learn how to make bread. Given the fact that there are talks of wheat shortages or inflation from towards the wheat, so this isn't a fear-based thing that we're doing. It's kind of fun. I'm excited because while I'm really good at cooking, that's a skill that I have and a skill that would be good for you to learn right now, cooking in general. I'm going to also learn how to make bread. So it's going to give me confidence. It's going to give me confidence that I know how to make bread now. And that also, if for some reason we can't get bread or the bread is just crazy expensive, I will be able to make my own bread. So this is a really good example. So if you could learn an instrument, you could learn how to cook, you could learn how to make bread, I think specifically might be a really good skill for us all to kind of learn. We've been really spoiled, a lot of us, especially if you're my age. You know, we might have grown up really poor. I grew up poor, but then as we grew up, sort of things got easier and we became more accustomed to having lots and lots of things, and things are just right at our fingertips and things that are really inexpensive. And we tend to take those things for granted. But what I've been receiving in messages is that it's time to stop taking things for granted. It's time to stop looking at, my cans of food in my cupboard like, oh, they're just, I don't want that. And trying to use up my food in a better way, to start to change the way I eat. I really eat kind of like luxuriously, and that's great, but if you go back to the basics of food, like rice and beans and things like that, those are all really good. They're really good for you, and you can make them well. So I'm trying to change and shift my brain to align with the messages that I'm receiving. But any type of skills that you can learn or any goals that you can set for yourself, like maybe you're going to read a book every 2 weeks, you're going to read a book. So these are all really powerful ways to have us gain confidence in ourselves and to feel better and more prepared as well. And if you're going to learn an instrument, you don't have to do something really expensive. You could even I've got like a wooden flute, which is actually pretty hard to play. I've played it a handful of times, and it's difficult. So I think that was like $17. So that would be something that you could purchase and then put time into learning. But again, if that's something that you don't want to do, don't set yourself up to failure and then being like, oh, I don't complete things. Really think about what you're choosing to set a goal for and why, and what are the realistic steps to get there. Because sometimes we will set goals and we don't actually think it through. We're like, oh, like I didn't realize it meant I had to do this, this, and this. So really think it through before you set that goal in your mind and pick something that works for you. The third way that you can feel more powerful is, of course, to connect to source. And I have a really cool way that you can do that. So if you go on YouTube and you type in relaxing music universe, okay? So there's all different ones. There are some that are better than others, but you can search through and find your own. And I recommend actually standing up for this. It's sort of um, in an exercise that you're going to do. A lot of times when I meditate or whatever, I'm laying down, but I tried both last night, and for some reason, like standing up, being in the stand up position in front of your screen really just made a difference. So you're going to type in relaxing music universe, and this music's going to come on, and you're going to be, if you find a good one, you're going to be moving through the universe. Now, as you're moving through the universe and you're just experiencing this wonderful sound and these really amazing visuals, I want you to remember and acknowledge that you are the universe. And this is huge. This is like a really big mental exercise. And I actually got nauseous quite a few times. So I just do want to give a warning to you that if you're really focusing and doing it right, and sometimes it can be a lot for the brain, and also because of the way that it was moving through the endless universe, you sort of felt, I kept getting the feeling of being ungrounded, like where I was trying to it's almost like when you have the fear of heights. So if you're up high, you get that same feeling that, oh, like, you know, um your belly, you get that sinking in your belly. So but really this is a powerful exercise for you to connect to source, and therefore to connect to yourself, to connect to the essence of who you are. And this is powerful. Although sometimes it can have at first the opposite effect where you feel so small because the universe is so big. But if you remember again that you are the universe, you are the universe. You and the universe are one. We are all one. It is an illusion that we are separate. So these are all really, really powerful ways, and the last thing that you can do to feel more powerful is to go in and heal your wounds, your childhood wounds. You can do this by identifying your memories that you have, any painful memories, or any emotions that constantly arise for you that you find yourself dealing with again and again and again. You can go in a meditation, and I do have a video called Inner Child Work. So look that up. It gives you the full description on how to do this. But this is a way that you can identify it, either through your old memories, the memories that you have of the past, or emotions that keep coming up constantly. And you're like, oh, here it is. I'm angry again. So these are ways that you can identify the healing that you need. And then go in and do these, because there's nothing really more powerful, short of connecting with source, than recovering from your own wounds. And this will allow you to feel more powerful because you are less triggered, you are less offended. You will not be, you won't receive that change of emotion that you do when you're triggered by someone's words, because they are tapping into a wound that you have. So these are all ways that you can feel more powerful during the dark night of the soul. I know that you will feel more powerful if you try these things. I really love that relaxing universe on YouTube. I'm really going to be doing this a lot and like really connecting with who I am. And getting through the nauseousness of it. But anyways, I love you. Please comment below. Let me know how you're doing. What are things that you do to make yourself feel more powerful, or to trust yourself, to gain trust in yourself? We need this right now. We need to be able to trust that we are able to get through difficult decisions. So actually, I already said it's a goodbye, but I don't want to forget this. Fasting, that's another thing. I mentioned this in a couple of videos, but fasting for me has made me feel so powerful. It's made me very much so unafraid of the feeling, the sensation of hunger. So watch my video on intermediate fasting. In the last video on the dark night of the soul, I talk about fasting. If that's any interest to you. I will connect with you soon, and I hope you're doing well. Thank you.